Look down at your belly. Now, imagine understanding exactly why it is there and having a clear step-by-step plan to finally address the root cause. By the end of this video, you will understand why your belly fat is there and how to fix it. Has everyone been lying to you about why you cannot lose weight after 40? The shocking truth is that your body is not being stubborn. It is responding to a complete hormonal overhaul. Those diet plans that worked like magic in your 30s now seem to have the opposite effect. And it is not your imagination. Most women over 40 blame themselves when the scale will not budge. They think they are not trying hard enough, not being disciplined enough, or simply failing at something that should be straightforward. I hear it from my clients constantly. I am doing everything right, but my body just will not cooperate. Sound familiar? The calories in, calories out model becomes fundamentally flawed after 40. Your hormones have completely changed the equation. Your body now operates under an entirely different set of rules than it did a decade ago, like receiving a major operating system update without getting the instruction manual. Your body prioritizes survival over appearance at this stage. After 40, your biological systems shift focus toward protecting vital organs and preparing for potential scarcity. This biological shift manifests visibly in how and where your body stores fat. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, redirects where your body stores fat. This protective mechanism is designed to cushion vital organs, an evolutionary advantage that becomes a modern disadvantage when we are constantly stressed but never facing physical danger. For women entering perimenopause, the situation becomes more complicated. The fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone create the perfect biochemical environment for weight gain around the abdomen. These hormonal shifts alter how your body metabolizes food, stores energy, and responds to exercise. Stick around till the end of this video and you will walk away with a simple, clear game plan to avoid getting misled by today's fitness industry. Trust me, they are making money off your frustration. And that ends now. Your metabolism is being reprogrammed, not simply slowing down. When estrogen begins its gradual decline, cells become less sensitive to insulin, making weight gain easier and weight loss harder. This hormonally driven abdominal fat is metabolically active tissue that increases inflammation throughout your body, raising risk for serious health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. The worst part, most fitness professionals still hand out identical advice to 25-year-olds and 45-year-olds, ignoring these biological realities. They treat the body like a simple machine, rather than the complex hormone-driven system it actually is. When their one-size-fits-all approach fails, you blame yourself instead of questioning their methods. Hours of cardio can actually increase cortisol levels, worsening the problem. Extreme calorie restriction often backfires by disrupting thyroid function and metabolic rate. This confusing cycle is exactly why a new approach, one that targets these hormonal shifts, is so crucial. Understanding these changes is your first step toward real solutions. By recognizing that your body is responding to legitimate biological shifts rather than simply being stubborn, you gain the power to address root causes rather than just treating symptoms. Traditional weight loss methods fail after 40 because they do not address the hormonal shifts that fundamentally change how your body processes food, manages stress, and stores fat. Your hormones determine whether food gets burned for energy or stored as fat, control hunger signals, cravings, and even digestive efficiency. The good news, once you understand the real mechanisms at work, you can implement strategies that work with your changing hormones rather than against them. Solutions exist that specifically target the unique metabolic and hormonal challenges of this life stage, and they often contradict the conventional wisdom you have been following. The first solution that directly targets your changing hormones might surprise you. It completely flips the eat less advice upside down. While most women over 40 are cutting calories to lose weight, their bodies are silently screaming for more of the very nutrient that could reset their metabolic clocks. By the end of this video, you will learn the 5 well-structured routines just for you. But first, I want you to pause the video, give it a like, and subscribe. YouTube sees it as a positive signal and pushes it to more people. By doing this, you will help more women discover solutions for their struggles. Thank you. Protein serves as the essential foundation of your hormonal recovery plan. When you restrict calories, as we have all been taught to do, you are likely slashing your protein intake too. The irony: your protein requirements actually increase with age, not decrease. This nutrient becomes even more crucial during your 40s and beyond, when your hormonal landscape is shifting dramatically. Yet, most women in this age group consume less than half the protein their bodies desperately need to maintain hormonal equilibrium. Here is what is happening beneath the surface. Cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone, follows a natural daily rhythm that becomes easily disrupted after 40. Years of dietary missteps, poor sleep patterns, and ineffective stress management take their toll, leaving your cortisol production irregular. The consequences are low energy, difficulty sleeping, intense cravings, and a compromised stress response. All factors that contribute to that stubborn weight gain you are experiencing. Think of protein as the construction material for rebuilding your body's hormonal architecture. When you consume adequate protein, especially early in the day, you reset your body's natural cortisol rhythm. That 30-gram protein breakfast many experts recommend stabilizes your hormonal patterns throughout the entire day, preventing those afternoon energy crashes that typically send you searching for sugar or caffeine. The protein-hormone connection goes deeper. Those amino acids from protein sources serve as the literal building blocks for neurotransmitters, regulating mood, sleep quality, and appetite control. 3 areas that become notoriously unstable during perimenopause. Your thyroid function, the master controller of your metabolic rate, also depends heavily on protein to produce the enzymes regulating thyroid hormone production. Research confirms protein's powerful impact. In one revealing study, overweight women who increased their protein intake to 30% of their daily calories lost 11 pounds without intentionally restricting their overall diet. Even more impressive, another 12-month study of overweight individuals on calorie-restricted diets found that the high-protein group lost 53% more body fat than those consuming normal protein levels, despite eating the same number of calories. These findings directly contradict the eat less to weigh less advice most women have followed for decades. Instead, they suggest that strategically eating more of this specific nutrient could be the metabolic key you have been missing. After 40, your protein needs range between 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. For a 150-pound woman, that translates to roughly 82 to 109 grams of protein per day, significantly more than the standard recommendation. Timing matters enormously. Consuming at least 30 grams at breakfast helps reset that all-important hormonal rhythm and stabilizes blood sugar levels right from the start of your day. The source of your protein matters too. Recent epidemiological studies found that plant proteins connect to lower all-cause mortality rates compared to some animal proteins. This does not mean eliminating animal proteins entirely, but partially substituting plant proteins could provide long-term health benefits beyond weight management. This protein strategy directly counteracts the insulin resistance that typically develops after 40 as your cells become more responsive to insulin again. Your body becomes more efficient at using glucose for energy rather than storing it as fat, essentially giving your metabolism the reset it has been begging for. Now that we understand how protein rebuilds your hormonal foundation, let us explore which essential supplements can help bridge the nutritional gaps that might be sabotaging your metabolism. Beyond protein's hormonal benefits, your body faces a critical nutrient gap that silently undermines your metabolism after 40. That multivitamin you have been taking, it is likely missing the precise nutrients research shows can target hormonal belly fat. When scientists tested women's blood during perimenopause, they discovered specific deficiencies that directly correlate with increased abdominal fat storage. Yet, most supplement recommendations completely ignore these connections. The supplement industry often misses the mark for women over 40. Those fat burners and metabolism boosters lining health store shelves are designed for younger bodies with entirely different hormonal profiles. Your body is responding to specific nutritional shortfalls that directly impact your hormone production, affecting your entire endocrine system. Without key nutrients, you cannot manufacture the hormones that regulate metabolism, manage stress, or control fat distribution. Let me walk you through the 5 essential supplements your body needs to rebalance hormones and address stubborn belly fat. Vitamin D3. This hormonal precursor signals over 1,000 genes controlling your endocrine system. 42% of American adults are deficient, with severe consequences for women over 40. Low D3 compromises estrogen production, triggers perimenopause symptoms, and directs fat to your midsection. The Women's Health Network recommends 1,000 IU daily with a fatty meal. Magnesium, the unsung hero of hormonal balance, supporting production of testosterone, DHEA, progesterone, and estrogen. It converts tryptophan into serotonin for mood and sleep regulation while calming your HPA axis to normalize stress hormone levels. Omega-3 fatty acids. These fats boost hormone receptor sensitivity, which naturally declines with age. They provide building blocks for hormone production while fighting inflammation that interferes with hormone signaling. Zinc, essential for converting T4 to T3, active thyroid hormone, and breaking down excess estrogen. For women with worsening PCOS symptoms after 40, zinc lowers triglycerides, improves insulin resistance, and prevents excess hair growth. Choose zinc amino acid chelate for superior absorption. B vitamins. B12 drives methylation to break down excess hormones. B6 regulates fluctuating estrogen levels. B3 detoxifies accumulated steroid hormones. Select methylated forms, which work better for the 40% of women with genetic variations affecting B vitamin utilization. For severe hormonal symptoms, adaptogens like ashwagandha provide additional support, helping both excess and deficient hormone levels return to the healthy middle range. Think of these supplements as the missing puzzle pieces in your body's hormonal system, like finding the corner pieces first. Starting with vitamin D3 creates the foundation. Each additional supplement connects another section until the complete picture of hormonal balance emerges, revealing the metabolism you have been missing. These supplements address root causes rather than symptoms. Taking them is not an overnight solution. Your body needs time to rebuild hormonal pathways. Most women notice energy and mood improvements within 2 to 3 weeks, while full metabolic benefits typically emerge after 2 to 3 months of consistent use. I recommend adding one supplement weekly, starting with D3, then magnesium, omega-3s, and finally the others. This gradual approach helps you identify how each affects your unique body and prevents supplement overwhelm that leads many women to give up before seeing results. Combining short cardio with resistance training creates the optimal hormonal environment, but not all resistance exercises are created equal. The difference between seeing results and continued frustration often comes down to just 5 specific band movements that directly counter metabolic slowdown of perimenopause. What is remarkable is that these exercises can create a more powerful hormonal response than traditional weightlifting. Yet, they are safer and more accessible, especially for women who might be concerned about joint health after 40. Let me show you why resistance bands are such a game changer for your changing body. Recent research confirms that resistance band training triggers similar strength gains as free weights across all age groups. Bands provide constant tension throughout the entire range of motion, activating more muscle fibers than traditional weights that rely heavily on gravity. This makes them particularly effective for women navigating perimenopause when muscle preservation becomes critically important. Now, let us explore these 5 essential movements that work together as a complete system. Banded squat. This movement ignites a chain reaction that energizes your entire system. By activating your body's largest muscle groups simultaneously, you trigger a cascade of growth hormone that continues working long after your workout ends. Imagine feeling stronger with every squat as your metabolism reawakens. Position the band under your feet with even tension. Keep your chest up and lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor, maintaining your weight in your heels. The resistance band row. This exercise targets the often neglected posterior chain, the muscles along your back that deteriorate fastest during hormonal transitions. The row improves your body's ability to process insulin, directly counteracting the insulin resistance that develops during perimenopause. Anchor the band at chest height. Step back to create tension and pull your elbows straight back while squeezing your shoulder blades together. The banded chest press. This movement maintains vital tissue support during hormonal fluctuations while building metabolically active muscle in your upper body. Studies show regularly activating chest muscles improves posture problems that develop as breast tissue changes. Anchor your band behind you at chest height. Step forward to create tension and press straight ahead while maintaining a slight bend in your elbows. Lateral raises with resistance bands. Essential for preserving shoulder mobility as estrogen levels drop and joint stability becomes compromised. Think of these as creating a protective shield around your vulnerable joints. Stand on the middle of your band. Hold the handles with palms facing in and raise your arms to shoulder height with a slight bend in your elbows. The banded deadlift. This creates the most powerful hormonal response of any exercise in your arsenal. Like awakening your body's natural pharmacy, deadlifts engage more muscles simultaneously than any other movement. Stand on your band with feet hip-width apart. Hinge at your hips while keeping your back flat, and stand up by driving through your heels while squeezing your glutes at the top. The key to maximizing these hormonal benefits is in how you structure them. Perform each movement for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 times weekly, with minimal rest between sets. This approach maximizes muscle fiber recruitment while keeping your sessions under 30 minutes to maintain optimal hormone balance. What makes this approach particularly valuable for women over 40 is the safety factor. Research shows resistance bands are significantly safer than free weights. This matters enormously when you are facing the natural decline in bone density and joint stability that comes with hormonal shifts. As we have explored throughout this journey, your body is not failing you after 40. It has evolved. The hormone-focused approach we have outlined works with your changing biology rather than fighting against it. Unlike traditional calorie restriction methods that often result in muscle loss, this protein-centric strategy promotes greater fat loss while preserving lean muscle. Exactly what your body needs. Now, I put a lot of effort and time into this video. If you find it valuable, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.